Welcome to another Shop Talk with Nefty Blocks. It's Thursday. Sometimes we do shows, sometimes we don't. But on whatever day we do a show with Juan recently, we've been calling them Shop Tops with Nefty Blocks because that's just cool. So welcome, Juan, back. Corey, it's good to be here on a Thursday hanging out. I'm at home, so I'm just gonna jump to it. I'm grateful to be at home because
Hey, I'll boot the game up here. We'll get to it.
But yeah, how are you, Juan? What's going on? And thanks for coming.
Cool. I'm doing pretty well. Things started okay this year, I think. Well, more than okay.
Good. That's excellent. Things are definitely interesting on our end. But yeah, no, I'm excited. You had that feature release, a few days ago or whatever, a little while ago. Time's getting a little fuzzy for us. And yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't cover it right away. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're navigating, shall we say?
Yeah,
so I'm excited you could come on this morning so we could go over it all.
Cool. Yeah, well, you guys got a cool new build too that I'm trying to get covered as well, and I want to talk about that, and this is awesome.
Yeah. We recently, recently it was last Monday, I think, that we released our NFT creator. So for us that's pretty cool. It's a very big step. I know that it's still a rough version of what an NFT creator should be, but I think it's a good first version that we just released.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll dig into it and we'll go take a look at it here in a second. I just want to get some gratitudes down.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, so this will be like my first pass.
Yeah, but basically what it allows you to do is that now you can create collections, create schemas, create your templates directly from NeftyBlocks, mint your NFTs, and everything in one place. So yeah, basically it's the step one of becoming a one-stop shop on the Wax ecosystem.
That is awesome. All right, so Jimmy, you're grateful that you are home.
Yeah, I'm grateful to be home, man.
All right, Juan, how about you? What are you grateful for this morning?
This morning, I'm grateful for having a beautiful team.
I'll add another one. I'm grateful for being part of a beautiful team.
It's funny. I just typed my own name instead of you, Juan, because I feel like just unconsciously.
Looks like you're also grateful for that.
Yeah, can confirm. Yeah, it's amazing what you can accomplish when the people that work with you. Obviously, we the Uplift team, we've been working together for a good 9-10 months now. It's a pretty challenging moment, and the team just completely locked in. We want to all do this together, whatever comes next. And it's fucking humbling, is what it is. It's pretty intense, frankly. All right, so anyway, I'm grateful for coffee because if I do any of the things I'm actually super grateful for, I'm going to be teary on the internet again, and I've done that enough this week. All right. Oh, hey, Roger has an interesting question. Loving alpacas. When do they get busy making babies? That's such a degen thing to say, Roger. Like, hey, these alpacas are great, but when do they spit out other stuff?
Well, there's a lot going on with alpacas also, because maybe they will be able to have babies. No, for sure they will, but not yet. We have to go little by little. We're that's one of the things that we are taking very serious again this year, and is that we want to do much more with alpaca works. Not only because we love the collection, but because it really keeps us in touch with what
smart.
what a collection needs and what a creator needs. So
Right.
we want to be much more active so that we can add more gamification tools and add more things that other collections can benefit from. So
super smart. That's actually why I started the little tree farm. Like once shops came out, I was like, I get it, but like I need to get in there and actually build my own and start playing with all the tools exactly to that point, right? So and almost immediately I'm like, oh, this is why we were talking about needing this. This is why we want to build this. This is why we want to build this, and like creating more interoperability and like people are coming to my shop, right? It just like gets that thought process so you're totally dialed in. It's such a like, I mean, guys, anybody watching this, that's how you find out a business that's actually going to be scaling forever. I mean, we knew this about Nefty anyway. Like the first thing you guys started doing, and you guys like, and I hear this from people all the time, but it's like personal experience. Every single time I brought an idea to you guys, yeah, hold my beer, and then like the next day it would be done. Like that, like that's one thing at Uplift. If everything goes well, I hope that our team gets to that point. Like you guys, as far as I'm concerned, are the gold standard of going from like feedback to shit that's real in like time that makes us all like look like we're just fucking around. It's kind of amazeballs is my point.
Yeah, but at some point it gets more challenging. Sometimes I get frustrated because I feel that we cannot respond as fast as we used to do a few months ago. But
Yeah,
I think that's also
big now.
Yeah.
I mean that comes with things.
Yeah, and you know, we started growing our team maybe 2-3 months ago, and when we just hired people, it was very difficult to move forward. I really felt like, okay, we're not doing progress anymore. We're really stuck here.
Yeah.
But now people, it's really they are really learning, and now I feel that we start having a very nice pace again.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, hey, so I'm gonna go over this. Would you want to walk us through the creator?
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool. Doing it
Absolutely.
Now. Awesome sauce. Boink. All right. Got my Nefty. You'd see my Nefty total, but it's all staked because I'm not crazy. Create,
Good.
presumably. I guess like, do I have to go into my little collection here?
I think you can.
Oh, I don't know on the screen. I'm sorry.
To any, yeah. If you see there, you already have now a create collection button. So so now you can create new collections directly from NeftyBlocks.
Oh, cool. That's good.
Yeah. So so there you can create a new collection. You can add permissions to your collection and so on. And yeah, that's let's say it's very basic, but it's something that now you don't have to go to a different platform to do this.
Right.
And
hey, what's this avatar IPFS hash?
Well, basically that's the image for your collection. That's like your collection logo or avatar or yeah.
Got it. Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, so from there you'll be able to create your collection. So or if you have an existing collection, you will be able to edit the data there or whatever if you want. Yeah, you can go there and edit the collection.
Yeah. Cool.
But you also have now this schemas and template option.
That's cool. Right there.
You have it right there. And then from there, you can, for example, you can create a new schema.
Basically, all the shit we used to have to go to Atomic to do, we can just do it here now.
Yes, you can do all of that there. And there's a couple of extra things that you can do here. For example, maybe you can go to one of the templates you already have or the schema you already have. Okay. If you go to one of those, always in schemas and templates.
Oh, sorry.
And if you choose there in the left column, you have your
the whitelist NFT.
Yes, you have one.
Yeah.
So there you can directly look at your template and check all the details. And if you look at this here, there's already a difference, and it's that from here you can preview all the different images that you have. If you go to Atomic, for example, you only have a preview of one of the images, not of all the images that are associated to this NFT. Here, this one is taking, I see that your images might be a little bit heavy, so it will take a little bit to load, but But yeah, normally you can see everything there in the previews. While you are adding the images, you will be able to preview them. And it also has some other interesting things. For example, if you go back to the template view, if you click on the breadcrumb and go one step back, there, for example, if this was, or it is, for example, a template with unlimited supply, but you want to lock the NFT so that no more NFTs can be minted, you can do it directly from the NFT.
I love that. So once it's locked, can it be unlocked or not?
No, once it's locked forever. So no more NFTs from that template will be minted.
And can that be seen on the outside by like the users as well? Because I think that's quite an interesting feature that like a lot of NFTs need, because if you can lock them, then right, you can't.
Yeah, and that's a feature that already existed. It's just that to do it right now, to do it before we published it here, you had to go to the smart contract and interact with the contract to lock your template. But we think that this is a very useful thing for collections. Scarcity is very important in the NFT world. So being able to lock a template, I think it's something very simple, but that has a lot of value for creators and for collectors as well.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and also the possibility to mint directly from here. If you go here, click on mint, you will be able to mint as many NFTs as you want from this template. If you scroll down there, you will only have to select how many you want to mint and to which account you want to send them, and you click on mint NFT, and that's it. And it has a very nice calculator there also that will tell you how much
all the RAM and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome.
RAM you will need for that, and you can buy RAM if you don't have enough directly from the minting interface.
Cool. I just do that right now.
I was gonna send somebody. This is a little bit off base, but I was gonna send somebody some money today, and I was going to do it in USDT, and then I realized that just to do the test transaction was going to cost me $35. I'm like, okay, well, I'll like, but like that's a really nice like thing to be able to see, because like I wasn't even thinking about it until I actually went into my wallet to send it, right? Like. So having that right there, knowing what you already need to be able to mint it, knowing the cost that's right there, like you don't have to worry about having the pop-ups that say you don't have it, and then you have to go find like how much you need, and that's really
it's very convenient to have it in one place. But just as a tip, when you're going to send USDT and you don't want to pay the stupid Ethereum fees, just send your USDT using the Tron network. I hate the Tron network, but to send USDT, it's way cheaper than using Atomic. You pay a very, very small fee.
I did not know that. You can get USDT on Binance too, right? I would imagine on Polygon as well.
Yes, but for example, if you want to get USDT out of Binance, you will still pay like the equivalent to $20 to withdraw it. But when you withdraw to the Tron network, the fee it's very, very low.
Huh, very cool. Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the EOS fee was like 0.1 EOS or something, which is crazy because like EOS is pretty much on the floor. So
yes.
It's looking good. I like it. Hey, I want to shout this out because I think this is a little bit. I also want to go over and look at and check out your build too. But somebody just sent me this, and I think that this is really important. So again, like be really careful. Everyone who's out there who's listening to this, be really careful, because Hacker Moon just put out a report that it looks like it's not happening with Wax yet, but there's a malware now that's like stealing people's passwords for Ethereum, Bitcoin, Exodus, Electrum, Atomic, Jax, Litecoin wallets, and it's basically doing stuff that like hasn't really been done before. So it's basically incorporates like a way for them to steal your passwords from your browser or even from your copy paste function if the malware is installed on your computer. So I just, again, like, this has nothing to do with that, but we're talking about wallets, we're talking about transactions, we're talking about exchanges. Just everyone out there, be careful. Like, don't be downloading things or clicking on links in any of our Telegrams or in any of our Discord channels or even in DMs from people that you don't know. Because we've had a couple incidents from our community members. I'm sure you guys get them all the time, right? Like, you have to be responsible. Don't, and it sucks, but if you want to be your own bank, you should be your own bank, right? you gotta be your own security too. So yeah.
And speaking about that, I think it's a very good moment to bring this up because I think the community should be aware. Yesterday we had a problem with someone created a site, NeftyBlocks.com, which is a clone of our site, and they are replicating drops and stuff. So guys, please be very, very careful with always check the URL and make sure that you are on NeftyBlocks.
I mean, people are a-holes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And actually, like, I almost, like, it's funny because, like, I won't send crypto at certain times of day, like really early in the morning or really late at night, because, like, really early in the morning, it takes me like an hour to wake up, right? And late at night. But also, like, even if somebody sends me a link to check things out, like, I almost always just do a browser search myself for that and click on the link that comes up. But because, like, we've had instances where, like, L's become, like, capital I's, and they're really difficult to see, right? Like, if it's not zoomed in and you have a magnifying glass.
Yes.
So where's the best place for people to follow links for you guys? How do we, like, how do you direct new users to your site? Like, what's the best way for us to share out how to get to Nefty Blocks? Like, we put the links in the description below, obviously. Ooh. But like everybody does that. So how do you know what's legit and what's not, actually?
Yeah, it's very difficult. But what I do is that I have the NeftyBlocks.com the root bookmarked, and I always go there with my bookmark. Yeah. And then if I want to go to a collection drop, then I search the collection and look for the drop, because otherwise it's very easy to receive a link from anybody and get scammed, and that's definitely not good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, it's always good to, and even if you type it in the browser and something else pops up, like, we see that on YouTube all the time. These like like promo videos that come up like before like a lot of different shows, and they're like, Vitalik Buterin talking about how awesome Ethereum is, and you follow that link to that browser, and it's like a scam site that's there to rip you off, or like it's just messed up. So are you in World there, Corey? Should I go, or
what's the plan? What do you want to do?
I want to look at the Nefty Blocks
I can. I'm just giving away. I just minted a few of those NFTs. That Our Gratitude line, like, I'm gonna do something with that at some point, but like, no promises. I have no fucking clue when. It's funny too. I kind of started that for the same reason, right? Like, we sort of like get so far down certain paths, and it's been instructive to be thinking about. It's like, helping people get started with NFT projects is sort of like everybody does that in the space, right?
Yes, and now that you mentioned that, yesterday or the day before, we also released a bounties program.
I saw that. Yeah, tell us about that.
Can earn money to while helping others getting started in the NFT world as a creator. So our first bounty that we released is for people who want to create content on how to use the Nefty Blocks NFT creator to create a collection and start minting their first NFTs. And we have 3 prizes. So we have first prize is, I think, the equivalent to $400 worth of Nefty. And I don't remember the exact values, but there's a Medium post that talks about that. Let me
This is usually where Corey says this, but I'm gonna say it like we're gonna put at least one of those on where we hide all the alpha.com.
Oh, for sure.
Cool.
In fact, Jimmy, we should post that the bounty thing, like just a quick update on Nefty. Just with these two things, right? Like the bounty program and the new thing. And I'll take screenshots of the new build right now, and we'll just do it all at the same time.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Gotta fly there first, though. Very dark.
Yeah, let me paste the link here in the private chat. Maybe
Sweet.
You can have it there. Yeah, we have three right now for this first bounty. We have first place 400 USD worth of Nefty, second place 250, and third place 100. And the video the content can be a YouTube video, a Medium post, or whatever social media you prefer, but something that helps people getting started with NFT creation.
That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'll copy and paste this into our where we had all the alpha, and hopefully you'll get some good ones, because we've had some really good entries to some of our content contests, and I think like some of our community could probably kill this, so that'd be awesome if they play along. Right.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, so I'm in the old world thing right now, and if I'm not mistaken, you guys are like right kitty corner to old world, which of course is where everybody starts in the game, and you guys are the only non-internal family group that actually got this.
Cool, thank you.
Oh man, it just makes so much sense. Like I want to make sure that no matter what, we get to hang out with and work with you guys till the end of time, as far as I'm concerned.
Cool.
I'll probably have to pull up a map. That's the other thing.
We need a lighthouse in our plot.
I know, right? I think your plot is actually pretty well lit, actually. Oh yeah, right to it. Boom.
Nice.
Oh, there it is.
I remember like this went up fast too, because I remember like we talked about this. We talked about this, and like yeah, not just Nefty Blocks, but this went up. I think it was like a day or something, and it was done. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Sana, our artist, is a crazy builder, so we should build even more.
Yeah, it's a cool. I like it. It's a cool little serene place, to be honest.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it.
Right? Yeah, it's a nice spot, man.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, and the idea when we built it is that if you go inside, the first floor is the clubhouse. Everybody should be able to go there and have a drink with Nefty blockers,
right?
And hey, yes, there's the bar, and yeah,
that's awesome.
And in the second floor we have the Nefty Block offices, and we should be able to work there once we go back to real life.
What I'm talking about. It's the lounge. Nefty Blocks. Thank you, tree. Oh
yes,
that's really awesome.
Yeah, so we have some spots there for the gratitudes also.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Yeah, that's good.
For the record, anytime I can't process anything emotionally, I call it dumb. It means it's awesome. Can I leave a gratitude on here?
Of course.
Oh man, thank you. That's awesome. That's so adorable. Cool. I mean, this is the only picture that's going to matter today, as far as I'm concerned. I gotta figure out how to get it all in there.
Yeah, it's a tough one, yeah.
Right? I believe everything's backwards too when you do it like this. So like, Oh, and we got to get like the actual tree in there. Nice. Cool. That's so nice, man. That's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen a gratitude tree before. And I'm like, how's that the case? It's such a great idea. So good. The whole building's fantastic, man. This is really cool.
Cool.
Boardroom going on up here.
Yeah, here it's the offices, or the office area, so we can sit and work with a big meeting table, and yeah.
Awesome. I'd imagine there's going to be some shaders where it even looks better than this. I mean, you know, there's a lot of ways you could do metaverse that exist now and that are coming, you know, over the horizon. But like, I love ours.
Yeah, this is cool. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Oh man, that's fun.
We got a couple questions that maybe we can do as well. So hey, Dr. Unani, thank you for that. And YVR Crypto wants to know if there's a way to share templates with other creators.
Share templates with other creators.
Yeah.
And what exactly would that mean? Like, give a template up so they could mint it on a different collection?
Yeah. So I'm wondering. I don't know exactly what it means either. But like,
right. Maybe expand on that a little bit, YVR. We might be able to give you a better answer. And we'll just hang out until then, because. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm actually gonna take some video of this just because it's freaking rad.
Yeah.
So for education, he's saying. So you
for
mean
education?
Yeah. I'm kind of that actually maybe confused me more.
Yeah.
Like you mean like share the temp? Do you mean like share the template with other users so that they can make NFTs with that template? Like I'm wondering if maybe he means like you could. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like
maybe in that case, or for what I understand from the question, maybe what he should do is add that person's address to the authorized addresses of your collection, and then that other address will be able to create templates there in your collection and mint NFTs. But I don't know if that's exactly what.
Yeah, I'm also wondering.
Cool.
It might be something like that, but I'm also wondering if he just means like, is there a way so that I could download all the information in the template and then give it to somebody else, or like they could use the template, but they couldn't mint the asset that I have, but like the template would be there with all of the standards that like I'm not really quite sure, but I'm wondering if that's maybe where he's going with that. Like, so like I kind of how would you say it, so when you go into, for example, like when you go into like any of these like, you know, word processor or type of platforms, like you can create an image that already has like preloaded fonts and stuff like that in. Like you can choose what kind of image you want to do, or what kind of article you want to do, or like you want to do something for like you know, different sizes and I'm wondering if that's maybe where he's getting at, is like, could we have a template for, you know, creating you know, an NFT like comic page, or an NFT like character, or like a 3D type of thing where you wouldn't necessarily be able to mint the other person's assets, but you would be able to like plug in, you would be able to like just plug in your own information into like almost like a template that was already there. I'm wondering, I'm not sure that's what he's saying, but maybe.
Yeah, it might be.
But I think that's probably not the easiest thing. That's probably a lot of development work to be able to offer that up to people, but it would be really cool if you could do that actually. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like I saw Corey's NFT, and like the attributes on that look really awesome. Like, could I just use that and then like plug in my own video, like do my own thing, like that would be pretty cool. But like, I think it looks like that's kind of what he's asking, but you guys probably are, if you're going to do something like that, it's probably going to take a while. There's probably a big overhead for that.
Yeah, I don't know if we have something like that in the plans, but yeah, maybe something to explore.
So you come back on Monday because we'll have Juan here because he'll have it built already.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna have to find out what happened to the ocean here. There must have been a singularity or something. It just sucked up all the water.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh wow,
actually,
it's kind of cool, right?
That's really cool.
Huh. All right.
That's really fun.
Yeah, well, besides the NFT creator that we just released, there's also something that we released but that was a little bit before. We released it really early on January, and that's the self-service banners. In the past, creators had to ask us to schedule a banner for them, and now they can also directly order a banner from the platform, from the creator dashboard. There you can order banners and pay for them with Nefty, and they will get scheduled. So that's also good.
It's very good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's also part of what people will see very soon. We're reworking the tokenomics. I think I mentioned this last time I was here with you guys, and being able to pay for more things with Nefty is part of the next version of the tokenomics. It will have a very important place there.
Awesome. Yeah, tokenomics is interesting, man.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Yeah, and we're working on something not completely different from what we have right now, but it's I think it's a good evolution of the tokenomics. We will be announcing that very soon.
Awesome.
There's a good crew here. Thanks for joining us, everyone. TC's in the house. The Recurrier's here. Like we got like tons of old guests like that we haven't seen in a while. Roger's here. Like thanks for Rock and Louie. Like thanks for any more questions for Juan about Alpaca Worlds or about Nefty. Just shoot them in the comments because we'd love to get that.
And I'm gonna fire off that link again for the Earn with Community Bounties link.
Yes.
And that's about creating some content around this new NFT creator system.
Yes, and that's only the first bounty, but we will be releasing new bounties all the time. Cool. We're also working, and I think we will announce all the details very soon. We are also working on a NeftyBlocks ambassadors program. And there we want to empower some of the members of the community to be able of running giveaways and interacting on the Discord and many other things as a part of the NeftyBlocks community, but with some higher privileges. And there will also be rewards for all of our ambassadors.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. So you have until the 28th, so 10 days from now. So if you guys are out there and if you guys are out there and you're creating content on video, or you're creating articles, or you're creating any of this stuff, definitely get on that. It's 10 days. So
and it's basically 10 days because in 10 days we have I don't know if exactly 10 days, but by the end of this month we will also have the release of the new marketplace. So that's also very good. It's a complete, not only redesign, but it's a rebuild. All the new marketplace and the NeftyBlocks home site and all of that were rebuilt from scratch. I think that will also be something very, very nice, very good release.
So what's the biggest improvement to the marketplace? I mean, I'm sure there's a few, but like what do you think is the thing that people will get excited the most?
Right? I remember when we first started talking about the marketplace, you were just pissed. I've never seen you pissed before. Like, it could be so much better. Fuck. You probably didn't say fuck because you're not as crass as I am.
Well, I think that the first improvement is visual. It's really something that I enjoy looking at. It's very good, and the filters are much better. The ability to filter, and it's built in a way that we can evolve and make updates much easier and faster. And yeah, it's much easier to search, much easier to look at the NFTs, to buy the NFTs directly. So yeah, I think it's basically what we improved there. It's on usability and performance.
Cool.
And yeah, that's something that we wanted to get out of the way. Have a new site that looks like a professionally built site, because yeah, even if up till today we have a usable site, it's a site that was we never hired a graphic designer to work on that, and it was created by it was created by a backend developers. We never had someone really taking care of the looks.
Yeah, I feel that we've got so much back-end superpower at BlueDAC, for example, but like just try and go use it on the site. By the way, if anyone still doesn't know, the guys behind R.Land completely rebuilt, because all the contracts behind the scenes for BlueDAC have always worked. They're made by Nathan Rampel. He's a fucking super genius. So, but like the UX on BlueDAC is, we lost our front end guy. We're gonna figure all that stuff out. But the guy, Bad Gifter from R.Land, literally just remade it. So if you go to r.land/blue, you can do all the stuff you're supposed to do on BlueDAC like a million times easier, except for creating community pools. And we're going to be having him help us with that stuff. In fact, like I think we're just going to be replacing our entire front end with what he put together, because it's deeply functional. And even then, like, it would not pass the one prettiness scale, which is something else that we're aware of. So that's the thing, right? Like we functionality first, then you can start iterating on that functionality. And then, once we've got, a little bit more resources, we can make it pretty. Hopefully.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, Recurrier, we're clearly going to have you come back on pretty quick here. He's got all sorts of freaking, comic book NFTs coming out. He's a super fan.
Okay, cool.
A couple other questions that popped up earlier. So Juan, do you have any plans for Betsy's staking for Nifty? Like Roger, we love your degenerate questions, so thanks. Keep them coming. Yeah, do you what's going on with Betsy's? Is there staking for Nifty? Any of that in the works, or any updates?
Okay. Let's go first to the Nefty staking. Yes, we will have some completely different Nefty staking. With the new tokenomics, the rewards will be changed, and I think we will be using BlueDAC with the community pools for part of those rewards, of course. But yeah, there are many things that are changing. With Betsy's, we want to do something with Betsy's. I have to be honest, we have been in so many things that I haven't been able to pay attention to Betsy's, and especially because, come on, we couldn't create a contract to stake Betsy's and create a shit token and start giving rewards every day. But that would not be good for...
You know what's funny, though? Like, every DGen in the room, me included, was like, okay.
Yeah, but come on, that's a contract we can create in an afternoon and publish it, and then publish a
right. But I think that's
what's
the thing.
Point?
Right, thinking through why, because it really is. It's easy to get the initial loops out there, right? But who's buying that token and why? Because that's what it always comes down to, right? And that's what we have to be thinking on the back end over and over and over again. Who's buying this token and why, right? And then less important, but still really important. Who's buying this token, and then why are they not selling it, right? So they're basically creating that as much imbalance on those two things as humanly possible, right? Tons of buy pressure, not so much sell pressure, and that's what creates the number go uppy. That is really what all of us degenerates actually want.
Yes, and that's the thing. We don't want to do things just because community is asking for this, I'll build it and it's released tomorrow. I could do that, but I don't want to do it like that. Right. There are some things that we do like that. No, not exactly like that, but we do
like feature requests for the system. Yeah, totally. But yeah,
no. But also, I think there has to be a balance between doing and thinking. If we are thinking too much, then we don't achieve anything. If we are only doers, then we do things that are not ideal. So yeah, we need the right balance there. And I do want to do something with the betsies. We will do something with the betsies, definitely. But right now, my brain cycles have been used for different things, because we have the new tokenomics, we have the release of the marketplace, we have some very interesting trading competitions that will start with the release of the marketplace.
Genius, by the way. I saw you mention that before. Like, you guys are an exchange at the end of the day, NFTs, right? Marketplace, whatever you want to call it. Right? I've never seen anyone do a trading competition for NFTs before. That's so clutch, right? It's smart. It's just...
Yeah, we will have some very interesting trading competitions coming up. The first one will start with the release of the new marketplace. And by the way, I have to talk to you guys later, because maybe Uplift should be in one of the competition weeks. We'll
go on.
we will talk about that.
I feel deeply threatened with a good time, sir.
Yeah, but that's also coming up. Lots of competitions.
Yeah, that's fun, man. What's going on, Jimmy?
No, sorry. My mouse has buttons that I can't see, and sometimes I press them.
Your mouse has buttons you can't see.
Yeah, like it's a really weird mouse, but it's got like buttons that like are on the side of the mouse that
like they don't look that like button and stuff.
Yeah,
those things crush me all the time.
So,
Jimmy, we're so old.
Yeah, right. Exactly. One more that I wanted to say as well. I'm not sure who this was directed to, Steve. Have you guys thought about doing Twitter Spaces? There have been some Twitter Spaces done on the Uplift. We've done a few of those already. We've also done some things in Discord. But yeah, if I'm not sure if you guys have done any Twitter Spaces or any types of things like that one.
No, not yet.
Yeah, we definitely should.
We just started our YouTube channel. We are kind of behind. It's an educational channel, and at some point we talked about having Twitter Spaces, but no, we're not there yet.
Yeah, that's something on my Android, I can't be on Twitter Spaces for more than 35 seconds and my phone turns off. It's really sad. Javier's been doing something for us on the for Uplift. And they've been going pretty well. It's definitely something we're going to get into, and it'd be cool. And I mean, the tech, I would imagine, is going to evolve pretty quickly so you can get everything to work. But it'll be good. Steve, there are actually a bunch of Twitter Spaces. Definitely follow the Uplift World. Javier's been doing some every once in a while, and he talks about all sorts of wax projects. But I think you're totally right. Like that is a space that could be definitely filled more. Yeah. And I would highly recommend just doing it, right? Just invite a couple, people that that are in a couple different projects on, and just start talking about it. Because if everybody started doing that, everybody would probably find out.
And it's a lot easier to I wouldn't mind doing one. We should do one, Corey, where we just invite all of our wax friends, because it's a lot easier to do it that way than do it with when we were doing roundtables on the show. It's quite difficult to let everybody kind of chime in, but and I agree, Rock and Louie. It was a hard decision to have to choose to ignore what people want, but it's a sign of good leadership if they cannot let that distract. 100%. That's awesome.
Right. Hey, conversation I had with TC, and I need to sort of. I need to be careful about how I talk about this stuff. Clearly there's some stuff going on with Uplift, and we're working diligently on it. There's a rumor going around that I'm selling the Uplift. All I can say about that is that I don't own it, right? Legend.art owns 97% of the Uplift, so just people should probably grok that at a high level, and we'll see how everything goes.
Sunshine and Noodles.
Sunshine and Noodles. By the way, yeah. So that's the name of our new band name. We're gonna start. Jimmy and I are starting a band, and it's gonna be called Sunshine and Noodles. I don't know what kind of band. right? It's perfect. Like probably
Yes.
a country band. I don't know. Jimmy, honestly, let's start a country band, but you're the singer.
Right? Yeah.
I would play guitar and bass, country bass, which is like literally 2 notes over and over and over again. I would do that all day.
I love it. Yeah. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to leave us with there, Juan? Like, I think like I like to ask this question at the end of most of our shows, but like I kind of feel like it's almost a pointless question to ask you because you just left us with 10 awesome things, right?
Well, yeah, I think that nothing to add except that ask the community, especially the creators, people who already know how to use NeftyBlocks, please join the community bounties. It will not be the last one, and yeah, get ready for the end of the month because I'm very very excited about the new marketplace release.
Yeah, I mean, like, and for anyone who's even considering starting a project on Wax or anyone else, watch everything that Juan's team does. Like you guys are doing it right. Like I have absolute faith in the fact that you guys have built something amazing already and we'll just continue to iterate because like this space is totally freaking new. None of us know what this is going to look like even in a year, right? And to the teams that in my opinion are going to be really really successful long term, which is for me the only thing that really matters, is the ability to iterate, which you've proven early and often, right? And resilience, which you guys obviously have, and then kind of like watching the actual market itself and evolving with it, right? Because like there are some marketplaces that built something really amazing right off the bat, and then it just kind of stopped a little, and it still works, but Nefty's gonna pass everybody, in my humble opinion.
Let's hope so.
Right? I'm like, fucking watch out, OpenSea. Can you imagine? Because I really can. Like, OpenSea's like $1 billion company. Nefty, though.
Yeah, but did you see that OpenSea was really it's really the second place right now. Looks rare. They have well, I think at least 2.5 the volume of OpenSea. With their crazy tokenomics, they already flipped.
Which one?
OpenSea looks rare.
What the shit? I keep seeing posts about that. I haven't.
Yeah, and just look at their token. How is it going up, up, up? The last days were only red, red, red for every token.
Yeah.
It's up, 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 up.
Why is it going up?
Doesn't stop going up.
Everyone needs somewhere to put all their money. Why do you think, tokenomics wise? Why do you think it's doing that?
Because 100% of the marketplace fees are given back to token holders.
See, it is my goal. Jimmy, just turn my mic off if I go too far here. It is my goal to enact the vision of the uplift that we have all known from the beginning could be possible, and it really heavily rhymes with what Nefty just said. There are immense challenges. But I mean, that's like, to me, community ownership, like it's the thing that people that have come from sort of corporate capitalistic systems will never be able to process, right? Good people, presumably. They'll never be able to understand this in a way that, will allow them to do it, number one. But then we'll show them the power of it, right? Like it becomes an economic engine and a virtuous cycle if you set them up correctly, right? And obviously they need to be balanced and blah, 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 right? So like that's a really fun thing to hear. Because like, who in their right mind would sell that token? Right?
Yeah.
Nobody. And honestly, like that kind of thing is going to become competitive as well, right? So
and the fun thing is that they have a combination, well, not half, but there's a percentage of the rewards that are given in the Lux token and a percentage of the rewards given in WETH. So you get Ethereum and you get Lux when you stake.
So they must be running a really really deep pool then as well.
Oh, they also have very nice rewards for liquidity providing. So
right, you have to, right?
Exactly. So I think it's a very good model. Yeah, I wish I had come up with that idea, but
Honestly,
no.
here's me legitimately going to buy more Nefty right now because wink, wink, weirdos. Like, come on now. For real,
Yeah.
I'm on Alcor right now buying more Nefty, and I have a nice little pile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I should do? It's like navigating some of these pools here. Boink, boink. There we go.
Jimmy, I think you're muted.
Instead of muting me, you muted yourself. Oops.
Sorry. Yeah, I used to write on. Thanks. I used to write on a bunch of different social platforms. Before all of this show started and what we started doing here. And one of the social platforms that I always thought was interesting was PublishOX. Now, PublishOX is on Ethereum, but one of the things that I always liked about them was they didn't have their own token. They would give out Ethereum tokens to people who would write or rate on those posts. And that, like, Ethereum and the gas fees were kind of bad, but like they would basically get donations, I think, from different tokens. So like, and if the token was like taken off, then they would automatically convert your rewards back into, Ethereum or USDT or whatever was there. And I always liked that model because I thought that was really good. Like, rather than having, like, Corey and I had this discussion with like a bunch of other people, like a social platform that has its own token is all fine and dandy, but the PublishOX made sense to me more because they were using other people's tokens. And you guys kind of did that with NeftyBlocks, right? Like we've seen people listing tokens for Blue, right? Like you can list
lithium, right?
Yes.
Right? You can do it for all that stuff.
That's brilliant. Just that. So like add a whole nother component to that, which is what you're talking about, and like that's pretty sweet too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty good, having more tokens there listed and allowing these tokens to do stuff.
Yeah, it just makes sense, in my humble opinion. Yeah, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm legitimately buying more Nefty right now.
It's funny because Rocket Louie was in here talking about like the dip just being a distraction. Sorry. Not
yeah, I mean the dip is for people that aren't zoomed out, right? That's as far as like I went back actually and looked at let me see if I can pull it up actually. I made a fun little chart. Oh, I got it right here. So I made this a while back actually. And it's following it really, really closely.
I remember this maybe.
Right? So, I mean, I made this here, right? Where it's clearly starting to create a giant cup and handle. And look how like this entire thing, right? Never mind the tops. This is what I think a lot of people get this wrong. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm telling this really fucking fantastic story, and you guys can't see shit. Anyway, so I made this around here, right? I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Obviously, this is like a curve down. Oh, and it's like, I mean, the bottoms are curving up. And again, ignore the tops because the tops, the tops are drunk, clearly, right? But look at the bottoms. Bing, 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 bing. And if you look at, how to make money in stocks, the book they released, it was like basically 100 different historical cup and handle things. And like, this is like iconic cup and handle, possibly, right? Because it could do anything. It could go down 25% here. It could go down. It doesn't, just because it looks like it might make this shape, assign risk appropriately. No one fucking knows, not even me. Anyone that tells you they do know is lying, right? They don't. But this is pretty interesting to me, right? And obviously my heaviest position is wax, so take that with a caveat, right? Like I could have confirmation bias. I don't think so though, right? And for me, like dumber things have mooned by 100x than wax.
Yes.
So I still think like this year, like a 10x this year feels baked into me. Again, I don't know. Nobody does, but it does. And it could be way higher. Especially like 100%, right? Like these cup and handle things tend to go up 1,000%, right? Sometimes 200, sometimes 500. It's crypto, so it could be like 18 trillion. Who knows? Yeah, I think it's fancy. Yeah, TC, dips are my favorite thing to buy. That's the thing. Here's how you know you've gone from like day trading degen to investor. When red days are like, oh yeah, because if you're right about the long term, it doesn't matter, right?
Exactly.
It's a much more fun place to be than constantly being worried about whatever the price happens to be today. It's just like it's better for your life.
True. Yes, absolutely. Much better for your life. I can confirm that.
Oh, hey, Dr. United said, Juan, or he asked Jimmy if you can ask Juan if they're adding bulk tools.
Okay, bulk tools. Yes, we will be adding bulk tools indeed.
Really?
They are not part of this exact release, but yes, we will have bulk tools, and yeah, yes, we will have them. Definitely.
That's awesome. So is that like? I mean, I know you guys' dev schedule is really sort of full, but like, and this is the thing. Like, for me, is that something that you'd be thinking about, like first half of the year or second half of the year?
I would say first half of the year.
Okay.
So something that we are changing a little bit with our development schedules is that I think that this time was the last time we said we're going to release something by this date. Because last year I said we're going to release the new marketplace first somewhere in January, and we will
Never
do
give
it.
a date.
But I will never do it again.
don't
Never
do
give
it.
dates. And you know why? It's not because we cannot make it. Right now we will make it.
Yeah.
The problem is that we as a team identified a lot of things that we wanted to release before the marketplace, and we cannot develop that because we committed to releasing the marketplace in January.
Right. Yeah,
So
you want to, in this industry, you want to stay nimble, right? And that's why, like, I think, like, if everybody could get used to, like, everybody who's watching this, right? If we all get used to having this communication with the projects that we love about really, like, not vague, but like open timelines, you want Nefty to be very powerfully nimble in this marketplace. I know I do, right? It's like the more we do that, the more they're able to execute on things that might be near term or whatever. Just keep things more fluid, right? Because like in this industry, you can end up like, hey, we're gonna build a car by freaking February, right? And then suddenly everyone's using airplanes, and you're like, well, shit, right? Like it's gonna happen. Not with specifically airplanes, because that'd be weird.
And I think that the same thing goes for like a lot of investors, right? Like a lot of like mainstream investors, they get into crypto because they see the gains, they can make the money, and like we saw this with like both the uplift and Yoshi drops, right? Like there was some good shit being released on Yoshi drops, and there were times where like we were just hammered because you said you were going to do this, you said you were going to do this, you said you were going to do this, and we're like, yeah, but we did this instead, and this is better, and they're like, well, yeah, but you said you were going to do that, so why can't you do both? And it's like you realize we work like, we work on 5 different things like every single day for like 25 hours a day, right? Like we're and that doesn't even include like our personal lives, right? And so like I think like it goes both sides of the story, but I like to hope that it's hard because there's so many good communities in crypto. And I think like you guys probably have a really good community as well, right? Like the people who are supporting NeftyBlocks, the people who are there for you, like they get it, they understand it, right? But as you said, as you expand, as you get bigger, as you get to that next level, more people are going to come in. There's going to be more requests. There's going to be, more things. But like, I think what Corey said is good. Like maybe that should be on our NFT line, right? Like the five rules of interacting with like progressive blockchain projects.
Yes.
Like support, patience, stop bitching and complaining because what you want, they haven't built yet. If you really want it, go build it yourself. Because that's essentially rule number 1 for Nefty, right? Like NeftyBlocks had a project which is really cool. Alpaca Worlds. And it's like, oh, well, we want to do this, but we can't. So fuck it. Let's just build a marketplace. Like that's pretty awesome. Like I want to write an article about you guys, but that's all I really have to say is like they started a project. They wanted to be able to do more with it. Now they're not really doing that much on that project because they've essentially, buried all of the competition on, one of the foremost, NFT blockchains in the world. that's the story of Juan and Jose and the NeftyBlocks team, really.
Yeah, and even then, yesterday we released the cars for Tupac's road trip to France, and on Friday we will release the France map. And yeah, there are things coming in the upcoming days, but yeah, we haven't been as active as we were 1 year ago, for example. Yeah.
I mean, and to go back full circle, right? Like Alpaca Worlds is a pretty cool project. It's a community centric project. Like
Yes.
the project votes on where they go. I say when it's time for little alpaca babies to be born, that you guys, the community, should vote to come to Japan, because there'd be a really cool love hotel burn in there. And if you like, people might not know this, but there's actually like a whole series of hotels in Japan called love hotels, because like most people live with their parents or they're going through university, and like a lot of like the tiny homes and things like that, and they're actually called love hotels. They have hourly rates, they have they have like nightly rates, like basically like it's a whole nother world. Just do your own research on it, because I don't want to tell you about it, but I just think like alpaca babies coming out of love hotels from Japan would be really funny.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I kind of feel like, I mean, I know this year is going to be fantastic for you guys, and I'm excited about that, because you guys deserve all the success you're going to get. I mean, you've earned it, right? You're doing the work, you're doing it intelligently, you're learning on the fly, and that like the taking the time to think thing, like with Uplift, we've done that. It's mainly because of the team, right? Because like I am a move fast and break shit kind of human, and Blue Deck's a really good sign of that. Let's just fucking be honest, right? Like I'm like, hey, nobody else would build this, so fuck it, I'm gonna do it. We got it all running, and then one person on the team, they had to go build. He actually started an NFT marketplace on Cardano. It's like probably the only thing going on Cardano. But cool. Crushed it. So he had to go build that. We love him to death. He's fantastic, but he had to go focus on that, right? Because
the only problem is that he will be successful when Cardano actually launches.
Right. Like, and if you can keep it turned
there.
on, right? So that's the thing. Like everybody always tries to figure out like, oh, the grass is greener kind of thing. Like a lot of people want to go over to Solana or whatever. They can't fucking keep that thing turned on, right? So like, yeah, the price moon, there's a lot of liquidity over there. Hold Wax's spear, right? Now, again, who knows? I cannot escape the feeling that the only reason why Wax hasn't mooned yet is because people don't fucking get it yet. Because every time I've ever talked to anyone who's investing and they find out that all the major toy brands are building on one Wax blockchain and then they didn't know about it, they immediately start buying. They just don't know yet. And Wax, finally, to their credit, is actually doing some marketing. Because before, like 3 months ago, nothing. Like, did they have a Twitter channel? I don't even know, right? They tweet something every once in a while. But like I'm seeing stuff on Facebook. I'm seeing stuff like they're actually doing work now. So, congrats to that team. So anyway, sorry for my little rant. I mean, I'm not sorry, but like,
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of okay to spend, the next year or 2 or 5, building awesome shit and, engaging with amazing communities. And honestly, if the rest of the world doesn't find out about Wax for a few more months, I'm pretty freaking happy about that too.
I was thinking today, like with everything that's going on, like okay, like we're trying to like really hammer in. Okay, like it just because again, like my whole team and I were totally in lockstep. We're gonna be doing something, and we'll find out what that is. But like, yeah, if Wax could just stay at 40 cents for like a hot minute, that'd be great. Like I think three months, just selfishly, like we could build some pretty epic runway with that, which is everyone should be starting NFT projects right now, and make it cool and make it high value, and for the love of God, don't let anyone spend your Wax.
And there's another interesting thing here that I've been thinking about too, which is a little bit off topic, but I think it might be relevant. Like now with what all the stuff that's happening with EOS, right? Like with the ENF coming in and the new funding and all of this stuff, like the Block One thing. I think that they need to change the name probably at some point from that blockchain, right? And like Wax has always kind of been associated with Wax has kind of always been associated with EOS. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Wax, that fucking EOS shitcoin, and it's like, dude, it's It's not a coin that's on EOS, right?
Right.
It's this whole other thing, and it's like people don't get it. So like I think if EOS kind of departs from the ecosystem, then like there's not that association, right? Like, and I don't think that honestly EOS is going to die. I think it will probably do quite well in the future. I don't know if it's going to like be what they always said it was going to be, but you know, it's a fast blockchain. But one thing that I do know is that EOS.io technology that built some of these other blockchains, like that's really going to kill it, right? Like Wax.io is on EOS.io, and it's the technology that matters, not the name, right? It's the same thing. Like we look at like a few other EOS.io based blockchains, and they're killing it recently too, right? Like Talos is doing it. Like there's things that are happening in the space that are moving, and I think it's only a matter of time. You know, like Corey said earlier, that people are going to find out about like NFTs on on Wax. Like I told you at the beginning of today, like I went to send a transaction and it was a $35 transaction, and Juan said, you know, well, why don't you just use Tron? I don't like to say it, but why don't you just use Tron? And now we're basically having the exact same question. It's like, why are we minting NFTs on Ethereum for ridiculous amounts of money when Wax is right here? And there's a great marketplace right here. And there's an easy way to do it right here. Right.
And then like that movement, right? Because I always think about like, what's the market cap of NFTs on Wax? Because that's the number for me, right? That means like, this is how much value people think in their own collection is locked on that chain. And then you tie that to the price of Wax, and those two things interplaying are what creates the supply and demand economics around the Wax token, right? It's very, very interesting. The market cap of NFTs is going up exponentially on Wax, period. Right? Yeah. So the amount of Wax that's required to do any secondary market activity at all is going up exponentially on Wax.
Yeah.
So, you know, now granted, like I've got a decent little pile of Wax, which is why I'm buying Nefty today, because Nefty just told us what they were going to do. It's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, motherfuckers. Like that's like, and it's good. It's good cake. And I'm here for it. I'm so bad at keeping my mouth shut, Jimmy. I'm trying, man.
But Jimmy is muted again, so he's good at it.
That's funny. So every time he's like, Corey needs to shush his pants, I will mute myself.
No, it's because I use the thing. So I kind of forgot. Like I haven't been in my place recently, and it's kind of nice to have my actual like microphone back, because I can hear myself. Like before, like I couldn't hear myself. It's coming through the computer, and I'm ridiculously loud. And so that's kind of nice. But that's but anyway, like I think it's going to be just a really interesting thing to see, because like nobody really knows. Everything's up in the air. And I mean, when do we go into a bear market? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that when we go into a bear market, the projects that are on Wax, like NeftyBlocks, the marketplaces that are using, the projects that are on NeftyBlocks too, like, you know, NFTs and gaming, like Rock and Louie says, these people are going to be here using the platforms, playing the games, creating their art, putting things out there. And I'm excited to see how, you know, going back to what Juan was saying earlier, the tokenomics hold up in that situation, right? And it's not even tokenomics, I'm using the wrong word, but like how the value of those NFTs hold up. Because I think like a lot of them are going to hold up really well, right? Especially if nobody knows about them. But like, I'm super stoked to see what happens. I suck at trading. I'm really bad at like, you know, reading charts and doing things. I mean, I've got decent intuitive skills, but I just don't see there being no value to this ecosystem. I actually see it as being like the price, great, but the exponential value of what people are creating with the NFTs in Wax is
so like, I mean, and that's inextricably tied to the token right now. Granted, like it's also tied to things like Nefty and Lithium and Blue and Shipple and all these other interesting things, right? But all of that ultimately passes through a single gate to get out, and that gate is Wax, right? So it's gonna be Wax needs to get away from all the click and wait games. That's why the uplift is so great. I mean, the click and wait games, like the fact that they're a genre is so amazing, right? And I mean, I'm a little biased because I'm a bit of a degenerate. I whaled heavy into expansion for the fucking hell of it because I think it's fun. And like every 6 hours, I'm like, well, gotta press this button, right? But I linked it to like my stretch goal for the year. Every single time I go to click the button on, and I highly recommend anyone who does any of these click and wait games at all, link some kind of mantra or goal to it, right? It's an amazing habit clicker, frankly. I'm incentivized to go to this thing to get my, few dozen XPS tokens or whatever it is, right? But at the same time, this is my goal for the year, right? I do that like minimum 3 times a day. And like the universe works in very, very weird ways. That will change your freaking life.
Yeah, but I do agree with Steve, and I think that we need to get away from those click and wait games. We need to start creating games that are really engaging, games that you want to play regardless of how much tokens are you going to earn. Right. Go and play because it's fun, and if you earn tokens,
also good,
awesome.
Right. Yeah, but I mean that's definitely like that's where we're headed on uplift.
Entertaining,
obviously.
They should be engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even and we're everybody who is fond of telling me, yeah, man, it's really fun. You have like this thing where you can you play Minecraft to make money. Yeah, we're a metaverse. Like Minecraft is tangential to me, right? Yeah. Minecraft is how we have gamified the space and made it interesting and made it so you can build whatever you want to build, whether it's a gallery or a goofy birch tree farm or a cathedral for gratitudes or right. It's that ability to create a place that we share that you own a part of. Right. Yes. That's deep and visceral, and there's culture in it, and history is getting encoded in it. And also, yeah, you can play. It's fun. Bring your kids. It's like really, that part. I freaking love that part. Anytime anyone ever tells me like, yeah, I went to build something, and so I brought my 12-year-old because, well,
yeah, and that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. And then, oh, by the way, you're earning, Upliftium and Wax. And, maybe someday we'll have guest sponsors come in and do rewards pool in a different token. Who knows?
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the likelihood that Blue will do that at some point is like, I mean, I know the guys that run the thing, so it should be interesting. Especially when we get the site to work. Woohoo! Oh man. It's never dull. It's never ever dull.
That is the sound of people using Ethereum gas fees.
He was so waiting for that. I spent $50 on Ethereum gas fees just this morning, so that I could buy more Nefty. TC, that wasn't a wink. That's a like. Oh man, there's.
I can answer this. Like we have a million
things I couldn't say there at all.
Yeah, we have like even Corey and I for this. Even Corey and I for this show. Like we've been thinking about doing an NFT line forever. We just don't have freaking time, right? And we've got like all of these ideas that we're trying to put into play, all of these ideas that we're trying to do. And it's like, it's funny because the more ideas we have, Corey, it seems like we keep getting more ideas because they just build off of one another. They just play off of one another, right? Like it's like, oh, let's do this and this and this and this. And it's just like, right? And so like even with our NFT line, we had an idea and it's changed 5 times in the last 24 hours just because a couple other people figured it out. Like, right? Like, so it's like, there's some really interesting, like, I'm super excited about this, by the way, Corey. If you watched our show last night, the Mellow Builder is a really good artist. Let's just say that. He's done some really cool artwork that I'm hoping to feature sometime very soon for this show, and mine and Corey's personal NFT line, which would be super fun. So, but yeah, let's. I'm happy that people are making money clicking buttons, and even if they have to wait, but I'm the same. Like I have a really big problem with clicking buttons. Even like just to go in and claim something and clicking them, it's like I don't. Oh. Anyway, I don't want to fucking click a button every single fucking month or every single week. I don't want to click a button, right?
I don't have a problem with clicking the buttons. That's okay, but I think that we should go further. We should build more.
Right.
That's what I think.
We have to, and ultimately, like with the number of games that are coming out and the game arcs that are coming out and the economic loops that are coming out, it is absolutely unavoidable. You're going to need to stay competitive. Like that's baked in now, right? There's like PFP projects. There's a play to earn project dropping every 5 seconds on Wax right now, and great. As far as I'm concerned, great. But people are going to learn. There's going to be a lot of noise. And the ones that actually create games that are engaging, right? That's that's going to be the value add that keeps people coming back, and you'll watch that.
Yeah.
That more people, more network, more value. You'll see those ones end up doing really well.
And some of our most popular guests, some of our most popular shows are people that are doing just that. Like look at what the Semi Snake guys are doing over there with their communities and their metaverse stuff. Like. And some other people as well. Speaking of which, before I forget, I need to shout this out. Tomorrow for NFT Game Day, I'm excited for this one. We're going to have Loadmasters Rock on from the NFT Army. We're going to go check out his build. I think he's going to bring a mate of his with him, and that mate is pretty vested into the Wax ecosystem. He does actually a lot of stuff. I don't think he's part of the team, but he does a lot of like personal coverage and writes articles and maybe does some YouTube stuff for Farmers World, which is pretty cool because I kind of want to like dive into there as well. So definitely tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing this time for now, but we're trying to keep it like the same kind of time every day rather than bouncing back and forth so people can know. But like, yeah, probably a little bit of time we'll be doing 8 a.m. But just so that you know. So yeah, come and hang out with us tomorrow.
Cool.
The Uplift Metaverse is super dope. I'm curious to see the possibility for social gatherings and businesses.
Damn it.
Only issue with Web3.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. Whoever went and fucking scooped in a fucking power buy on Nefty, fuck you. You got there before I did. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Nefty's half a wax now. One.
Wow.
Just want to throw that out there.
Nefty's half a wax now?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Remind me to shut the fuck up until I got my position. Damn it! It's probably fucking TC.
That's what I was thinking too. It probably was TC.
Well, Jimmy, there you go. The freaking uplifters bump in real time.
I love it. That's good.
That's freaking funny.
I hope it wasn't me. It might have been me.
Dick.
I thought my amount was pretty small though, to be honest. Like it wasn't that much, but like
yeah, no, it would have had to be a decent size. There's not a whole lot of volume on it today, but like
it's pretty small. It'd be really funny if it was me. Anyway,
that's the best.
Thanks for joining us, Juan. And yeah, like my only issue. Yeah, the Uplift Metaverse. Thanks for all the support, because like I'm excited to see these things as well. And just like I think like it's funny, like go again where we hide all alpha.com and look at some of the latest articles that we posted about Corey and my like experiences, right? Like there's a couple articles that we did highlighting where we came from, like where we started, kind of. Also the plot that we do our gratitudes on now, those are really fun articles to read. And I think what got me into doing games, because I'm not a gamer really, was the fact that I could come on here with Corey and we could go into there and we could do some of our shows in there. I think one of the first shows that we ever did were in the Uplift, before the Uplift was actually the Uplift, was Corey's like, hey, let's try it. Go in here. And we went in and he showed me the underwater studio that he built, right? Him and his friend Greg. And so we did that, and that was pretty fun. And then like we sometimes would come into the metaverse, but sometimes we wouldn't. And then we were supposed to have a guest one day, and the guest canceled. And we spent the afternoon rowing around in a boat talking about NFTs. And from then on, we were almost like in there every day on this show, right? Like,
Cool.
and I think like that ability to be able to meet, and you see this with people like TC or people like Mello, like those guys, they'll hang out in the Discord audio channels, and they'll go in and they'll build stuff together, right? And like there's a lot of really good communities that are doing these types of things, right? Telegram, I do a show with the Nasty Hooks where we just go and we hang out. And like a lot of the community members who are out there who are doing live streams, they're doing the same thing. So, I mean, like I like the idea that like communities can come in here, friends can come in, people can meet, and they can build together. And I'm actually excited to see that as well, right? I mean, what are we? I like version 1 of Ready Player One in the real, right? Like that's I think what Corey always said when we started this is like,
think about this too. Like Minecraft is like now, and again, like we talked to them early on. NFT Worlds apparently talked to them as well, and their main concern is like, don't prey on little kids. I'm like, yeah, well, we're enforcing a PG-13 server, so like that 100%. And honestly, if we had to KYC, so it was only adults, or like you had to, right? If we had to have some disclaimer or whatever, we would do it. Because like we want to have as positive an experience as humanly possible, and we will enforce the fuck out of that, right? Because again, Minecraft is a game for kids. We're not fucking around. But having NFT Worlds doing what they're doing, and again, I called early on, right? In the same way that I called Our Planet being a genre, and Nefty definitely kicking ass. Like 2 weeks after I found out they were actually doing it. Thank you for proving me right all the time, by the way. It's really just because it selfishly just looks good for me. That's what this is all about, apparently. That's not real. But there's going to be others that start to figure this out. Like Minecraft itself could be the base layer for the metaverse in a very real way, because it's so easy to boot these things up. Like once people figure it out, right? Because like, well, the tech we built is really good, and in my opinion, still better than some of the competition. But all this stuff is going to get like people are going to figure all this stuff out, right? And then suddenly you have metaverse after metaverse after metaverse iterations that all work on multiplayer Minecraft, right? And what does Microsoft do with that if and when it scales? But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Now we got to do is land the plane, Jimmy. Oh, choppy chop. Bam. Okay.